Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 570. Happy Friday. We made it. Weekend nearly upon us. What is up? A little bit of everything, a free for all Friday. Gonna touch on baseball cards, of course. Uh, Update on my cleaning of the storage area, which is just about done. Actually, it basically is done. I just have a few little odds and ends that I need to clean up. What else is going on? I sold some cards, another truckload. So I'll share my stories, and you're probably looking at the title of this video, and you're looking at the title of this video. It's like sweet summer smells. What in the world? Well, I had a drive yesterday because I delivered these cards. It just I had some reflections as I drove. We have John with us. What's up, John? Glad to have you here live. Jenny, good morning and happy Friday. Ed, what's up? Happy Friday to you. Victor, Jenny mentions Friday the 13th. I didn't even realize it until I saw your message there. Anyone superstitious about Friday the 13th? I didn't even realize it was Friday the 13th until you just mentioned it. I looked down at my my little date and time stamp, and sure enough, today is Friday the 13th. I am not superstitious. I'm really not a superstitious person. Generally speaking, I don't really have any superstitions. I think I was in my younger days, playing sports, and I was a little more superstitious, but now I'm not really that superstitious. I will say, and where's Herman? Because I know Herman likes Friday the 13th. Now we're talking movies. I grew up, and my parents allowed me to watch rated R movies when I was younger. There wasn't really, when I grew up, and looking at my my demographics, I think we're all in that same similar age range. But growing up in the 80s, like, rated R wasn't really it was a thing, but it wasn't like you could, like, a 10-year-old kid could go to the movie theater and watch you could get a ticket for a rated R movie. Like, they didn't card you. And I know they started doing that, like, as I reached, like, high school and as I got close to that age of 18, because I do recall, and I can't remember which movie I grew up in a small town, and I've talked about this. My graduating class was 35. We were a very tight-knit class. Like, we do every 5 years, we do a class reunion back in our hometown. Of course, we missed our 20 because of COVID. But if you go back I'll be back for fun days in a couple of weeks. Usually there's 4 or 5 of my classmates that come to my house, for the parade on Sunday. We hang out, we go uptown, go to the local, drinking establishment, the local bar, tavern, whatever you call it. So we're a tight knit. We were always a tight knit class. Anyway, we went to the movies, I think maybe my senior year of high school. One of my friends was a little younger, and so he was one of the few that had not yet turned 18. And we went in, I can't remember which movie it was, maybe Sleepy Hollow, which did put me to sleep, literally. But we all got carded, and probably wasn't Sleepy Hollow. But maybe it was 7. Is it 17 to get into a rated R movie? I can't remember. We were in high school, I think. But he couldn't get in. My friend couldn't get in because he wasn't of age. And that was like why would you card for a rated R movie? And then I remember, like, when I worked at the grocery store, they, like, when kids would come in, we would have to be like, well, do you have your parents' permission? And usually it was just like, we didn't, like, deny them. It's just like, yeah, my mom said it's okay. Kind of like when, like, in the children of the 70s could go, and even in my small town, like in the mid to late 80s, you could get away with this. If your parent wrote a note, you could go buy them cigarettes. I remember doing that a couple. Here's the note. Here's a note from my mom. Here's money for cigarettes. And you could do that. It was such a innocent time. until the world found out that those kids were forging their names and selling cigarettes on the black market of small towns in the Midwest. So where do we at? So anyway, where did I? Oh, Friday the 13th. So that's where I was going. So Friday the 13th. I grew up watching Friday the 13th as a kid. I remember like me and my friends would like script out Friday the 13th movies. We didn't act on it though. So Friday the 13th, love those movies. I know Herman. Where's Herman? Herman's a big Friday the 13th fan. So there's probably going to be a Friday the 13th marathon on one of the channels, USA or A&E or whatever those AMC. So Friday the 13th movies. I wish Herman was in here to talk. We didn't even we touched on Friday the 13th for a brief moment when he was here a couple weeks ago. I think we were talking about I think Friday the 13th, like 5 and 6 were my favorites because those came out like when I began watching them. So I think those are just more for nostalgia reasons. Friday the 13th parts 5 and 6 are my favorites. And I can't remember. I think Friday the 13th 5 opens with Corey Feldman. Is that right? Corey Feldman. Like in the forest, it's pouring down rain and he's got rainwater all over his glasses. I think that's part 5. And part 6, and in part 5, maybe with the sheriff and the sheriff's daughter. And then part 6, I can't remember. Oh no, or is part 5 with the it's like a rehab. I can't remember. But those are the two that I like the most. My least favorite, and I think everybody's least favorite Friday the 13th movie, part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. What a terrible, awful movie. Now, generally speaking, Friday the 13th movies are generally awful, but it's the worst of the worst. So I am not superstitious about Friday the 13th, and I enjoy the movies. Diego, what's up to you? Cooter, good morning. It's cleaning lady pre-clean time. Please shoot me. Isn't that the worst? We had that. No, here's the worst, and this is what happened to us this most recent run. So, our cleaning people come every 2 weeks, which is good for my memory because I know the cleaning people come on non-recycle week. So the Monday of non-recycle week. So the worst is pre-cleaning, and then they cancel on you and say, "Oh, can I come?" If they come on Monday, can I come on Wednesday instead? So then you have to do it twice. You have to do the pre-cleaning cleaning lady twice. So yeah, we had that happen this past week. Dan, what's up? So glad the weekend is here. Absolutely. John, I played in a lot of sports teams and I'm not naturally superstitious, but I think I've gained a bit through osmosis. That 70s show. What's up, John? I saw the first Friday the 13th in high school, took my friends into the city, the world famous Olney section of town. Very cool. The first one, the first couple are classics just because, I think the original is always going to be the classic. Who has Friday the 13th trading cards to open today? I don't know if they made them, but I bet they did. I don't actually think they did. They made a set called Fright Flicks. I don't know if Friday the 13th was a part of that set. I do know Nightmare on Elm Street was, but I'm not sure if Friday the 13th has any trading cards. I don't think they do. They had a Nintendo game. It was one of the worst Nintendo games ever created. Just a terrible, bad video game. That 70 show says, I guess it was the 5th chapter. My bad. DR, what's up? Good morning to you. I launched a private eBay coupon. Do you say coupon or coupon? I say coupon. eBay coupon for 20% off that I was able to send to people who have purchased cards for me within the last 3 months. Super easy, and it led to more orders. Nice. I like that. I did, DR. I did throw some auctions on my buy it now items that were ending. It was also a good exercise to see which cards I have overpriced. Like there were some basketball rookie cards that were grossly overpriced. So I was able to update those, add some volume pricing, and then some other cards I threw to. I only did like 10. I was on the couch. I don't know if there's a way to bulk do that on the eBay app. I think somebody mentioned in chat in the other day, but I can't remember how to go about that. So I was just like manually doing it, and it's like I got to 10. It's like this is annoying. So yes, I do need to next week. I'll do Tuesday night auctions. So I'll kick that off on Tuesday. I also have transitioning into cleaning. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I'm gonna throw like knickknacks. There's an uncut sheet of 1989 tops that I had sold one. I had two that I had bought from an auction, like a local auction. Um, and this particular one, it was in there. I can't see it now. It's in the other room. It had like multiple Cubs on it. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna keep this for the Cubs collection. Well, it's like it's just an 89 tops uncut sheet. I'm not going to frame it. I'm not going to do anything with it. It's just going to sit in the unfinished area, and it's probably going to get damaged one of these days. So I'm going to throw that probably on an eBay auction. I've got some like sticker books, top sticker books, just some random crap like that. I think there's like a Roberto Kelly starting lineup, New York Yankees. So let's see. What's the link that John open link in new tab? Headstonecity.com. I'm curious. Is that a YouTube? Headstonecity.com. No. Oh, it's Friday the 13th trading cards. Headstone City. Interesting. Oh, these are cool. I love the design. These are very cool. Trading cards inspired by the horror film series Friday the 13th. Let's see. Choose either Friday the 13th, part 2, or get both. So these are from the first two movies. So these are like kind of like custom. They're only $1. So do you have to buy? There's just one. You just get one card for $1. Interesting. But I love the design on those cards. It's pretty cool. They've got some fun facts on them. Very nice. Ken actually had some from a collection he bought a while back. Interesting. Dan calls it a coupon. Jenny says, I am swimming a bit in shipping this morning. 24 orders. One order has 39 cards. Very cool. I was just chatting this morning about various eBay sales. And I made, and this is why I like, so my, and I've talked about this a ton. Basically, my floor listing on eBay per card is $1.50. Like what used to be my 99-cent cards, but I have offers enabled. So when people want to buy multiple cards, like, yeah, I'll sell them for 99 cents. I'm not going to sell one card for 99 cents, but I will sell 10 cards for 99 cents each. So that's why I like to have the best offer enabled. Now, many times I receive an offer of 99 cents. It's one buyer just wants one card for 99 cents. I'm not going to do that. I always counter. Basically, I go to $1.30, and that's where I stay. They'll counter back at like $1.15. It's like, no, $1.30 is my price. Take it or leave it. But for people that want to buy multiple cards, absolutely, especially if it's more stale inventory. So I had a buyer last night send me some offers, and I like it when they pile up, and all of a sudden I get all of these notifications, and it was like $1 on a bunch of like 70s singles. And so I'm like, okay, they like the first batch was like 8 or 9. So sure, $1 each, boom, accept. All of a sudden, poof, more notifications, poof, more notifications, poof, more this person ended up buying like 60 cards. So, you sell a card for $1 each, but that transaction is $60. Diego says he said, yeah. And Diego, absolutely. Some of them were the Topps Heritage singles. Boom, all day selling those for 99 cents if you buy a few. So that's why I like to have the enabled. It does get annoying when I have just like I have like 50 offers from 50 different people at 99 cents or a dollar, uh, because it's, for me, a single card, it's a loss. Now it's a loss leader because it drives people to the store. Um, but I have enough to ship that, if I was running low on sales, it's like, okay, I'll take a couple losses just to get some inventory moved. But if I'm swimming in orders, then it's like I'm just going to counter at $1.30. That way I have a small margin of profit. Diego says I would have done less, but that's not an option. Yes, 99 cents is the lowest you can list for, or you can offer for. However, I think you can get that down if you through volume discounts. Um, so if you have like a pick a card, you can get those down to like 50 cents a card if you buy like 4 or more, which I'll probably end up doing it at some point here in the next few months with like set breaks. DR says the bulk edit you can do on the desktop, 200 at a time from buy it now to auctions. It only takes a couple minutes. Yeah, I was wondering if there was an option on the phone, on the app. That's because I didn't want to bring my laptop onto the couch last night. I just wanted to do the app. So I was just on the app. Um, I know how to do the desktop, but I think somebody had mentioned in the chat there's a way to do it on the app. But I'm not aware of it, and didn't really take the time to figure it out. Post game cards, what's up? So many ways to sell on eBay. Got to find your sweet spot. I like to take chances on selling bulk lots on auction. 400 Trouts, 250 Otanis, 250 Brady's. Absolutely. Way too time consuming to do it one by one on the phone. Use the desktop and be done in 5 minutes. How many auction listings do you get with your store? So I was just on my couch, and that's the only reason I did it from my app last night. I didn't want to take the time to bring my laptop out. How many listings? I think I get like 1,000 or 500, maybe 500. So that's what you get with the store. What's up, Zach? Way behind. Have a great day. Thank you. So I sold a big bulk lot. And it's always when I sell these bulk lots on Facebook Marketplace, and this is only the second one I've done. But I'm always concerned because the cards, and here's why I don't really know how many cards are in there. I can kind of guesstimate. But I use like the 4 and 5 row boxes. I will consolidate. I'll put those. I get like through your eBay store, you get coupons for supplies, and I'll do like eBay boxes. And I really don't use them to ship anything because I don't really ship anything in boxes selling cards. So I have all these boxes left over. So I started to consolidate some of my like 4 and 5 row boxes and put those in there, cherry pick what I want to keep to sell and what I'll just throw in there for bulk. So I think it's basically like, I think in one of the eBay boxes, I think I can fit, it's basically right around 3,000 cards. So I can kind of guesstimate. So, but I always get, it's like, okay, I say there's about 200,000 cards in this bulk lot, and you try to do, it's hard because even as a bulk buyer, like I kind of want to know what I'm getting. You like to kind of cherry pick through, but, on Facebook Marketplace, it's for me, it's not really worth it to spend the time for a few hundred bucks. And I know as a buyer, it's kind of I assume when I see bulk lots like this, it's going to be all junk wax commons. And that's why it can be difficult to sell. And so I always get a little nervous, like, okay, I'm going to say it's about 200,000 cards. What if the buyer, they're upset that, okay, well, it's 150,000 cards, or it's, whatever. They expect more. But what I've found, and especially doing the 1 Million Cubs project, people don't realize how many cards 100,000, 200,000, or 1 million trading cards really are. They just don't understand the gravity of that. And I realized that again yesterday, because so basically I can fill I have a Ford Edge SUV, and I can fill the entire thing, passenger seat, back seat, floor and seats, and the back storage area. About 300,000 cards fit if I absolutely fill it to the max. Um, maybe like 325,000. And it's also dangerous because I can't see the mirrors except for my driver's side mirror. So it's a little dangerous. So I load it all up and take it up there, and it was in the Wisconsin Dells, which, by the way, I had never been to like the Wisconsin Dells. Now I've been to the Dells card show twice, last May and last August, but that's like not even, that's like basically it's right on the interstate. Like you don't even, you hit one stoplight. That's it. It's literally like a block from the interstate. So you don't even go into the Dells. And I'm coming from the south, so I just hit the stoplight, turn right at the light, boom, there's the card show. I've been to the Dell Bar, which if you're familiar with the Wisconsin Dells, the Dell Bar is a very nice supper club, very good, excellent steak. Been there a few times, but that's really not the Dells either. I think that's actually Lake Delton or one of the other towns that's part of the Wisconsin Dells. So I've seen like along the interstate the stuff, but I've never really been like into the Wisconsin Dells, and especially like the downtown area. So the person that bought these cards from me owns like a specialty shop, kind of like a tchotchke shop, just random stuff, and he's downtown Wisconsin Dells. So I got to see downtown Wisconsin Dells. We pull up, open it up, and he's like floored at how many cards this is. And he goes, he goes, I didn't realize how many cards this was. And like he kept saying, like, he's like, are you, and he goes, is that about all? And I'm like, oh no, we're just scratching the surface. Unfortunately, he had his van, like we were in the back behind his shop. I pulled right up to the back of his van, so it was basically just like an assembly line. I pulled him out. He was right there, loaded him into his van. So people don't realize the gravity of 100,000, 200,000, a million trading cards. So that was fun. Diego says, so hard for me to start one listing, let alone 1,000. It is. In 1,000, somebody mentioned they hit 1,000 listings this week. It's like, I remember when I hit 1,000 listings and like, it seemed like it took forever. Which is actually kind of good, because if it does seem like it takes forever, it means you're selling stuff, which is obviously the goal. And that's why I get annoyed, because I hit like a milestone, like I get to 12,000 listings and then I'm down to like 11,600. It's like, geez, I'm never going to be at 12,000. I'm never going to get to my 20,000 goal, but isn't that the goal? Like to keep selling and turning all of these cards over. So like I've got to keep myself grounded and say, well, yes, I want to like keep growing and growing. It's, it's also good to, be shipping out 100, transactions a day. Victor, what's up? Victor says, is there a way to include make an offer limits inside eBay File Exchange? I've been having to go back in and revise once uploaded, kind of a hassle. Okay, so is there a way to make an offer limits? There probably is. Gosh, I don't know. Let me see if I can open up, and I'm not on StreamYard, so I can't share my screen. Let's see. I just cleaned my desktop, so it's not as easy. File Exchange, those are photos. Okay, here's an older one. Wow, from August of last year. Let's see. We're going to open this in Excel. Hopefully this doesn't slow down my video stream. As we all know, I could use a computer upgrade. My birthday's coming up. Maybe I'll ask for a new laptop for my birthday. So Victor, I'm going to open up. I'm getting that opened up and see if I can find the column. I'm sure there is. I've never, full disclosure, I've never used it. I just do make an offer. They can offer 99 cents. And I'm doing volume, and I know everybody's stores are set up differently. So I like to have no limits because of like what happened last night, where somebody bought 50 or 60 cards at $1 each, there's, I wouldn't want to set limits because it would discourage sales like that. John says, I'd like to realize that gravity. Jenny says, same boat here. I'm trying to be at 9K by Sunday, but only 8,300 now. Keep selling, but that's good. DR says, I use the 4x4 boxes from eBay to ship orders of 6 or more cards top loaded, and it has been a nice way to use my subscription credit. Let's see. Learned about the Mike and Fritz story in their cards today here. Very nice. I'm going to open that and watch that later. Oh, that's that link didn't work for me, Dan. Where are we at here? Let's see. Go MacBook. You won't regret it. I can't do a Mac. I've tried. My wife has a Mac. And here's another thing. So, so my wife was helping me with, some signage for the upcoming Madison Card Show, which, by the way, is Saturday, May 28th. Not going to get to 150 tables because the hotel doesn't have 150 tables to use. They've been doubling up. They gave me the wrong table count. So we're at 135. 135 tables, May 28th, Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Take a drink of that coffee. John Nolan Drive. So my wife's helping me with that, and then with some signage, and then she's like, you have those label printers, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she wants to print labels for we put like everything in a spot. She loves organization, so now everything's in a nice spot with a home, and she wants to label it all. And so I'm like, well, they're like, I just print them straight from eBay. I don't know. It's not Avery. It's a brother. But I'm sure there's like a mailing and label like on Microsoft Word. And I've got a 2x7 and a 4x6. She's like, well, I don't have Word because she has a Mac. And I understand there's the Microsoft. I think somebody told me that in the chat, but it's not like you have to like buy. I don't know how it works. But like when I buy a laptop, I just add it to just add the Works package, whatever it is. So I've got like Pages or whatever it is. It's like, I don't know how that works. So I don't even know if she ended up figuring it out, but I don't like Macs. I'm a PC guy. I have an iPhone. I like my iPhone. I was team Android for a long time. I didn't get my first iPhone until 2014. So I guess not a long time. I had an Android for 5 years. So yeah, I can't go MacBook. Jenny says, ODR and Bo, I got packages in the mail. Got to open this weekend. Very nice. Dan says that link worked for him. Okay. Did not work. I'll try it again, but it did not work. It came up like YouTube Studio. Maybe because I'm in. No, that wouldn't. I don't know. Let's see. Let's try it again. Open link in new tab. Yeah, it brings up YouTube Creator Studio. Oops, something went wrong. I don't know. Jenny said, just tell your dealers over 135 they can have a spot, but they got to bring a table. Bet they will. Actually, that's a good idea because if I get to that point, which I am getting close to that point, my buddy Tony that runs the Oak Creek Card Show in Oak Creek, Wisconsin, he does that. And I do know that there are vendors that will do that. And it's just kind of you discount the price. Let's see. Victor says it's a yearly subscription for Office for the Mac. I think that's the way. I think it's all annual subscriptions now. If I'm not mistaken, even for PCs, you have to pay an annual fee for that package. That 70s Card Show says I've been using Word on my Mac since 1993. I don't understand the confusion. I don't know, but like maybe it's just because I've never owned a Mac. So all the Macs I've used didn't have that package on it. So that's why I can't use File Exchange because I use a Mac. But apparently you can use Excel on a Mac. So if you have Excel, you can use File Exchange. And I think you can actually use File Exchange using like Google Sheets. I think it's a little trickier maybe. Let's see. I use Google Office apps on my Mac. Mike and Fritz, LOL. Let's see. Victor says it's all compatible anymore for the file exchange. All I had to do was go to File, Export, Save as Excel, and voila. Very nice. There you go. Herman, try creating the file exchange CSV in Google Sheets. Let's see. Okay, so has this opened up? Okay, come on. Don't personalize. Finish. I don't know what that was. Okay, document. Okay, so where are we at here? We're looking for best offers. So I'm gonna have to go here. Where's the best offer? Best offer enabled. Okay, so you know what? I don't think there's a column. Victor, I don't think there's an option within File Exchange to do enable like a minimum, because the column is best offer enabled and then it just goes to your picture, gallery, description, format. So I don't think it can be done through File Exchange. Let's see. Jenny says I'm going to look into the Rookies app finally, the card creator one, because my niece had her first T-ball game, so I got to make a custom card. That is awesome. Yep, Rookies app is super cool. I love it. I love the Big Mac and fries. Word. I was hoping the ring light would arrive before episode 570. Somebody, I think Victor gave me a tip on the ring light would not be good because I wear glasses and there would be reflections. So if anybody has any tips on lighting, let me know. And I either through Amazon or if I can go to Best Buy or Target, Walmart, and I'll get that for you. Let's see. DR says I do want to learn that Chronazio software. I sent a post to them yesterday to see what advice they would give. So I don't know. Did I talk about my foray into Chronazio? Because I did check it out the other day. I don't like it, and here's why. So and I didn't try the AI because it's a subscription. First off, the software to use Chronazio to upload to eBay is a monthly charge, and it's like $50 a month. Where it's basically File Exchange, but you're paying for it. So that's not a consideration. But what I would consider if the AI is good, that would save some time. And so I'd like to test it out. So I might reach out to them. They were actually, somebody from Chronazio was in my chat with Don Caruso from Fujitsu when I did that interview. So I might have to reach out to them and say, hey, can I just have like a trial, like a week trial, just to test out this AI to see if it's something that I will consider? Because as it is with their basic software and sending it to eBay, I'm not going to pay that $50 a month because I can do the exact same stuff in the exact same amount of time using File Exchange. But I would be interested in testing the Chronazio AI just to see. And the scanning, I will say the scanning is quicker than my current process where I have to scan and then save it to a folder and then copy and paste it into Image Shack. So that would eliminate a little bit of time, but it's not worth the overhead cost of $50 a month. And I'm still typing, I'm still basically doing the same amount of work. I'm just saving a little bit of time on the picture side. So we'll see. But yeah, that is something that I'd like to test out, the AI. I see Chronazio and think of Cornholio. Very nice. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to go. I missed a couple. There's another link from Dan. We'll open that up, see if that works. And that one did not work either. I don't know. Weird. Maybe YouTube, maybe for some reason YouTube links aren't working in here. I don't know. Let's see. Cooter says, John, I want to thank you. Until I heard your podcast, I only thought I shared a birth date with Luke Appling. I can now add Mike Kekich to that list. I'm not worried about lighting because truthfully, I listen more than look. I do shipping while you're on. Very cool. People have shared many things with Mike Kekich, apparently. Let's see. I don't like Chronazio, it's way too expensive. I am cheap. Let's see. With glasses, you'll need to use lighting from the side or overhead, bounce lighting off the walls, or up lighting as well. I looked into a Chronazio last year, didn't fit my needs. I did test it out. I mean, it's been 5-6 years ago when I first tried it out, and it was clunky. Um, but I was also not like, now that I'm file exchange savvy, kind of. Um, I think I could navigate it a little better, but file exchange again is free. I don't want that monthly expense when I can do the same stuff in the same amount of time. So the only thing I would really need Chronazio for would be their AI. And I have read some reviews where that's clunky as well, which I think most AI is at this point in time is going to be as it gets more intelligent. Um, so, what else did I have today? Oh, I talked about smells. So, artificial intelligence. AI is artificial intelligence. So it's basically when you scan a photo and the computer knows what card it is. So if you scan a 1987 Topps Chico Walker, you just put it through the scanner and it's like, hey, that's card number 177, Chico Walker, Chicago Cubs. It fills in all the blanks for you. So it would save you on time in that regard. So I was driving to the Wisconsin Dells yesterday, and it was so hot. I loved it. We went from winter 2 weeks ago to blazing hot summer. It was like the middle of July. At one point, my car thermometer read 98 degrees. And it was just, you see, like, and I'm driving, it's rural from between here and in the Dells. So there's a lot of cornfields, but there's no corn. So it's really weird to be that hot, to be in the high 90s, and there's no corn. Because usually when we get that temperature, it's like the middle of July into August, where there's corn that's 7 feet tall. But there's still tractors out. I don't know what they're doing. I grew up in a farming community, but I don't know the first thing about farming. I'm assuming if tractors are in the field, it's kind of, I would say is it kind of late to be planting? I would think middle of May would be too late to be planting, but maybe they're just behind. We haven't had like a lot of rain, so that hasn't prevented farmers from being in the fields planting. But yeah, there's like tractors in the field, and I look, it's like, that's really weird. That's really weird. There's no corn, but it's 98 degrees outside. And it also, the smells. I love the smells of like a hot, humid day, like a cornfield in the middle of summer. But I also, and I thought about this as I was driving past a hog farm. It's like, I love the smell of a hog farm. Isn't that weird? And I thought, that's really weird. Like, I love the smell of a hog farm. Uh, I think it just reminds me of like my youth. I grew up near Kewanee, Illinois, which is, here's a little trivia tidbit for you, the hog capital of the world. Kewanee, Illinois. They celebrate it every year on Labor Day weekend with Hog Days. So Hog Days was a big thing growing up as a kid. Of course, butterfly pork chop sandwiches, a big deal. Henry County, hog capital of the world. I think it's since been overtaken, but Kewanee is keeping the crown. They are not relinquishing their hog capital of the world notation, signification, whatever that's called. Hey, by the way, speaking of words I just made up, signification. There was, if anybody watches Jeopardy, my wife and I watch Jeopardy all the time. And no one outside Kewanee considers it the hog capital of the world. You spelled it. It's not, Zach. It's not spelled like Kewanee, Wisconsin. It's spelled with it's spelled Kew Kewanee, Kewanee. So there's also a Kewanee, Wisconsin, over by Milwaukee, I believe. So there was a question on Jeopardy, an answer on a clue on Jeopardy, and I think we're like a week behind, so it probably would have been either earlier this week or last week. And it was about, I think it was like notation, or it was hyphenated hyphenated words or something. And the the answer, whatever the question, whatever, was non-conference. But one of the contestants, and I actually think she won. She beat Matea, who had won like 23 days in a row. And the lady who won, her answer, she rings in and says intertournamental, and I'm like, what? And it just, I laughed and I kept repeating it because it's a fun word, intertournamental. Like, I've never heard that word ever in my life. I don't think it is a word, but it should be because it's fun to say. Say it. Intertournamental. That should be a sports term. Non-con throw non like screw non-conference. Let's play some intertournamental basketball. Intertournamental. Like I've said it 100 times since watching that episode. Intertournamental. I love that. Let's see. Diego, did your package arrive? I see Chronazio and think cornholio. Knee high by the 4th of July. And usually here it's like knee high by the 4th of June. Usually by the 4th of July, it's like 6 feet tall here in southern Wisconsin. We don't plant until Memorial Day weekend. Wow. So we're usually it's probably April. Probably April, I think, when they're in the fields. Just kind of depends. Now we don't plant, like I don't plant my vegetable garden until the week after Mother's Day. Mother's Day actually fell early this year, so I'm gonna I gotta check the forecast, but I weeded my garden beds the other day, and maybe next week. No one outside of Kiwani digs the term intertournamental. Let's see. I love driving past bacon trees. Lance says, me and my father-in-law go fishing in Kiwani at Johnson Sauk Park. Yep, Johnson Sauk Trail Park. I remember I almost died at Johnson Sauk Trail Park because in high school, this was in the 90s when rollerblading was a big thing. Me and some friends went rollerblading, and there's like a really steep hill. And so we thought it would be fun to rollerblade. And of course, we weren't wearing helmets because you didn't wear helmets in the 90s. And I thought I was going to die. So that was the first and only time I rollerbladed at Johnson Sauk Park, Johnson Sauk Trail. And there's the round barn. Let's see. Thanks for the color on Chronazio. No one outside of Kiwani digs the term intertournamental. I read that a second time because I like saying that word. I always love the smell of feed stores. There you go. I love the smell, and I don't know if I think it's a regional thing, but I know they're in Wisconsin and Illinois. Farm and Fleet. Like it takes me back. So I grew up basically going to Farm and Fleet, Menards. There was a big home shop. I don't remember Lowe's or Home Depot being a thing back when I was growing up. Like we had Farm and Fleet. We had Menards like in the 90s. It came along actually in Kiwani. We would go to the Kiwani Menards. There was a Farm and Fleet in Geneseo. There was a Farm King in Kiwani also. And then there was a store called like Payless Cashway. It was in the Quad Cities. I don't even think it's still around. But so I grew up going to those like home stores because my dad was that's what he did. He was into building things and stuff. And I did not inherit that gene. My one of my brothers did. So walking into Farm and Fleet, it just smells of, it's basically just rubber. I guess if you walk into any tire shop, it smells the same, but there's just something about walking into Farm and Fleet and smelling the tires. Fishing opener here this weekend. Anyone here fish? Cards in the dark. I have not fished. Lance fishes at Johnson Sauk Trail Park outside of Kiwani. The Toyland, yes, the Farm and Fleet Toyland. I was just going to mention that. You walk into the store, and then, October, November, when they open up the Toyland, and they always, at least in the store that we went to in Geneseo, they would have the Toyland like stocked, but it would be covered with like tarps or like, you couldn't see, like you knew there were toys there, but they covered it up because it was going to be this grand opening on, the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend or whenever they opened Toyland. And all of a sudden you walk in and the toys are out. The toys are out. It's called Fleet Farm. Yeah, we actually here in Wisconsin, it's like we have this convergence of the two. We have both Fleet Farm and Farm and Fleet here. And I think Farm and Fleet might be headquartered here. I can't remember where it's headquartered, but yeah, we have Farm and Fleet and we have Fleet Farm. Farm King is more in Illinois. There's also something called Rural King. That's in like central Illinois. And they're all the same. It's all the same stuff. So did you ever go to Happy Joe's? Oh yeah. Heck yeah. I remember the first time my very first Happy Joe's experience was after watching the movie Fievel Goes West. So in the mid 80s. That was my first Happy Joe's memory. But I was not a big Happy Joe's pizza fan. We'd go, but it just wasn't really my I preferred Pizza Hut. I preferred Pizza Hut, and that was about the only pizza. Like it was Pizza Hut and Casey's. That's what I grew up on pizza wise. And then the occasional Happy Joe's trip, but I wasn't really a Happy Joe's fan. We have Fleet Farm and Farm and Fleet messy divorce. Oh, I didn't realize they were once the same. I did not know that. Fall Creek says Fleet Farm headquarters is in Appleton. So Fleet Farm is in Appleton. Where is Farm and Fleet? I was thinking it was like Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Oh, Farm and Fleet is in headquarters of Farm and Fleet is in Janesville, which is just south of us, about 30 minutes south. So Farm and Fleet headquarters, Janesville, and then Fall Creek says Appleton is home to Fleet Farm. Mikey Green Beans, I love that name. My first Pizza Hut memory is after watching The Land Before Time. Awesome movie. I remember, I think was it McDonald's, maybe Hardee's, had the Land Before Time cups, like with the I don't know if it was with a Happy Meal or if you ordered a large Coke, you got the Land Before Time cups. And who had like a cabinet just filled with cups from like fast food? I remember growing up, like we didn't have growing, like my wife has all these fancy glasses, and it's like my cabinets were filled with Chicago Cubs cups, Quad City River Bandits, Quad City Angels, Land Before Time, probably the California, whatever cup they were giving away at McDonald's and Hardee's. That was our glassware. Let's see. Pizza and ice cream was Nirvana. I have relatives in Iowa and loved going to Happy Joe's. Wig and Pen is the best pizza. I don't think I've ever had Wig and Pen pizza, but I've heard about it. Pizza Hut had dinosaur hand puppets. We all got the T-Rex. Yes, I remember the hand puppets. I still have the A&W glasses. Absolutely, A&W glasses. And I remember there was, we would always go to, my dad would take me out to the local gas station. It was the Shop and Go. And they had, I don't know if it's Planters, but one of the peanut companies did like glass mugs, like really nice glass mugs, and it was filled with peanuts. And then after you ate the peanuts, I'm making sure I enunciate that correctly. After you ate all the peanuts, you had a nice glass, and I think it actually was Chicago Cubs. And there's still a couple. My mom still has a couple, and these are from like the late 80s. Culver's glasses, Sharp Tooth, I think. Remember them in the A&W ones with the designs on them. You could feel the design. I still have and use them. Our cabinet was filled with jelly jar glasses. Yes, Cool Whip containers, margarine containers. That was our Tupperware. Growing up, our Tupperware was like gallon. My dad was like on an ice cream craze throughout the 90s. And so he had just mounds of, I don't know if it was a gallon. Yeah, it must have been gallon tubs of empty ice cream containers. And that's where he put screws and nails and like all his tool, like all the small little things. in these ice cream containers. And then inside our Tupperware was Cool Whip containers and margarine containers. That was our fine china, fast food cups and glasses, and leftover Cool Whip containers. My uncle had all the Smurf and Looney Tunes glasses from the 80s. Very cool. Jenny still uses the Cool Whip containers. I always forget about Cool Whip, especially when it's Thanksgiving. I love pumpkin pie, and I'm surprised at the lack of respect pumpkin pie gets. But there's nothing better than having a Cool Whip pie with some with some pumpkin pie on top. I mean, I just like layer the Cool Whip, and I like I think I like the Cool Whip just as much as the pumpkin pie. I don't do it. Some people layer it in Cool Whip because they don't like the taste of pumpkin pie. I do it because I like the taste of both, and it's just like it's awesome. But I always forget the Cool Whip, or it's in the freezer. That's always annoying. It's in the freezer, and then you got to thaw, but it doesn't thaw right because it's got to thaw on its own. You can't just throw it in the microwave because then it gets all runny. So you've got that delicate balance of Cool Whip. And the peanut butter jar to put the grease from the George Foreman in. Yes, very nice. So what else? It's Friday, so we just talk about all kinds of random topics on Friday. The Cool Whip containers is why your mom sends leftovers home. Yes, that's exactly it. The Cool Whip containers for the leftovers. That way she doesn't have to worry about bringing the bowl back. Yes. And then you have like your mom comes over and goes through your cabinets and takes a whole box of her Tupperware home. I'm on Team Bo when it comes to pumpkin pie and Cool Whip. Cool Whip on pumpkin is the bomb. That's why we're all friends. We all enjoy pumpkin pie. So it's Friday. Today's Retail Friday. I'm not sure if I'm going to. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to go to Walmart. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna go to Walmart and find. I did put an order in for penny sleeves because I was running low on penny sleeves, and I need to ramp up my quarter and dollar boxes because I've got a run of card shows this month. And I was running low on penny sleeves, and I thought I'll just go pick some at Walmart. But here's the thing: you go to Walmart, yeah, they're literally a penny. I think they're like 1.2 cents or 1.3 cents per sleeve, but you can buy them. Go to Columbia Hobby. They've got great prices. I ordered 2 cases. So I ordered 20,000 penny sleeves, and I think it comes out to be a half a penny per sleeve. So they have good prices. The prices on top loaders have gone up, but they're in stock. So that's help. So check out Columbia Hobby. They've got good prices on card savers, top loaders, penny sleeves, and they're in stock, which is the most important thing. C&M Collectibles, I got in here late, but I see mentions of Chronazio in the chat. I assume Bo has given up on it and is moving forward with the file exchange listing and not wasting time with the AI. So here's the thing. I gave up on regular Chronazio because I can do the same stuff with file exchange in the same amount of time for free. Where Chronazio, if you upload to eBay, you've got to pay that whatever fee it is per month. I haven't tried the AI. I want to see if I can get like a trial version and use it for a few days before I would, commit any money to it, see how much time it can actually save. So that's where I'm at with Chronazio. Jenny says we all need to do a hobby roundtable Friendsgiving in November and have our pumpkin pie in chat. That sounds like a plan. Preferred on sweet potato pie. Your vote does not count, Herman. Bo, serious question. Does it ever get or feel weird having all of these conversations talking to a computer? Mom, these are my friends. Leave me alone. Not at all. And here's why. Because I worked in radio for, 12 years, 13, 14 years. So my job was to talk to a wall. So it's actually, and here's the thing. This is actually even better than working in radio because in radio, you talked to a wall and didn't even know if anybody was listening until you go to the farm and fleet and run into somebody and they're like, oh, hey, Bo, I heard you talking about Cool Whip this morning. And then you realize, hey, people actually listen to me talk on the radio. So here I get instant feedback and I know people are listening or watching. So it's actually even better than talking on the radio. All votes must be counted, John. No mow May lasted until the 13th. Done. We had 5 trees taken down yesterday. Need to clean up the yard. I'm gonna be going on my second mow. Probably I really should do it today. It really popped up. I mean, with this heat, with the rain we got a couple weeks ago and last week, and now the heat this week, my grass is super tall again. And I just mowed. When did I mow? When did I mow? I can't remember, but it needs mowed again. Um, Friday maybe. I can't remember. So yeah, I'm gonna have to mow again. TD Sports, what's up? Good morning to you. Good morning to the card hobbyist. Zach, you guys get them storms too. We had 4 days this week of tornado watches, 45 minutes south of me. Tree split a house in half. Everybody's okay. That's good. We have not had any storms. We got some rain one night this week, but it was like just enough to get the grass wet, and you could tell when I woke up in the morning the sidewalks were a little damp, but we haven't had any inclement weather, knock on wood. We've got a cool front coming in. I think today's the last of the heat wave. It's going to be 90 again today, and then I think it's going to be down in the 80s tomorrow, and then like the 70s on Sunday. So I could use what we've had this week, this mid 90s. I could go for that for like the next 6 months. I do like changes in seasons, but I prefer 95 degrees. So I don't want it. I don't want those 70-degree highs coming back. I want to keep it 90. I've mowed 3 times already in May. 90s here all week. This week, grass is growing like 7 inches per day. I hear you. It's been crazy. Storm dropped 2 trees in my yard last week. Wow. Yeah, we have not had any storms here. Jenny, sorry, confusing. My wife paid a healthy amount of money to have trees taken down. Mother Nature was not involved. I had to do some minor chainsaw work, but not the big stuff. Top down in the Jeep all week. Today it rains. Bummer. I don't even know if it's supposed to, if we're supposed to get any weather. Let's see. But yeah, I think I saw yesterday where we're going to be like in the low 80s and then 70s on Sunday. It's already 72 here at 8 a.m. 90 degree. Oh, we've got a 70% chance of rain today. So it looks like I'm not going to be mowing today. Well, it doesn't start till 4 p.m. So maybe I can get out there this morning and mow, but I probably won't because I do have a lot of shipping to do. It's going to be in the, not even right now, 69 is the high on Sunday and Monday, 68 on Tuesday. So it's going to be back to more, next week's going to be a little more average. So John says we get the most beige weather ever. Hardly ever freezing, hardly anything above 70, plenty of rain. See, I wouldn't like that. I would not like that at all because I don't like I like sun and I love 90s. And I do like the occasional cold. Like I could do a month of like freezing cold weather just to make you appreciate the warmth a little better. Because if you're in San Diego and it's like perfect weather year round, it's like it's just how it is. But here in the Midwest, if when there's 6 months of winter, it's way too much. But it really makes you appreciate the warmth that much more when it finally warms up. Cooter says my yard guy had a back operation mowing my 2-acre yard for the first time in 15 years. First off, 2 acres is gigantic. And first time mowing in 15 years. That's good luck. Good luck. My lawn guy, aka the guy my wife fired me for, hasn't shown up in 10 days. That's a bummer. I have just a small it looks like when I take pictures of my backyard, it looks like huge, but it takes me like 30, 45 minutes. 45 minutes after I trim to mow, and I use a push mower. It's actually, it doesn't take long at all. It gets a little workout. Don't go to Herman's then. He has 150 acres, right? Looks like you might get your job back, John. So what else? I think that's about all I had today. We're already going on an hour. I'm going to do some shipping. I've got to get my quarter boxes ready. By the way, I'll be at a card show tomorrow. I'll be set up in Rockford, Illinois at the Northern Illinois Card Show. It takes me longer to shave my back. I'll be at the Northern Illinois Card Show, Rockford, Illinois, Rock Church, Harrison Avenue. I'll have all of my quarter boxes out, so come on out and see me in Rockford tomorrow. I'll be in Green Bay, Wisconsin next Saturday, the 21st, for the Green Bay Card Show. And then May 28th, the Madison Card Show at the Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Take a drink of that coffee. Free admission, 9 to 3 of the hours, 135 tables for the May 28th Madison Card Show, which coincides with Bratfest, which is right across the street. Bucky Covington will be on stage in the afternoon, and the prime time headliner is Joe Nichols, and he's got some greats. I Googled him last night because I remember I actually did a country morning show when he was like topping the charts. And I forgot all the great hits Joe Nichols has. So Joe Nichols will be performing Saturday, May 28th at Bratfest, which is right across the street from the Madison Card Show. So if you're into country music, there's going to be a lot of country acts performing throughout the day. They have live music all day. And of course, it's Bratfest. So there's going to be plenty of brats, plenty of beer here in Madison, Wisconsin, May 28th. So come if you can. I probably will make a Walmart run later today, and if I buy anything, might do a video. We'll see. If there's any Bowman on the shelf, I'll probably buy the Bowman because I'm a sucker for Bowman. So stay tuned for that. No show tomorrow because I will be on the road for the card show. Somebody mentioned something about going live in the chat yesterday at the show. Probably won't do that. But I'll try to do some more video because I haven't done many like video reviews of the show. So of the Rockford show. So I'll try to take some video, and with the cash from yesterday, I've got a little extra cash for some more inventory. So I'll be shopping for some bargain boxes tomorrow. So that's tomorrow. Jenny says, I still have 2 Bowman blasters debating on opening or leaving sealed. Oh, you've got to rip. You've got to rip it. You've got to rip it. Are you going to keep any sealed? No. The only Bowman I keep sealed and I rip most of it is the Bowman mega boxes. I think I bought 40 of each last year, and I've got maybe a dozen of each left. So regular Bowman I don't leave sealed, which it's probably not a bad idea, but I have a whole shelf up there of sealed wax that I have no interest in opening. But when it comes to Bowman, I've got the itch, and I've got to scratch it, and I've got to rip that Bowman. Yes, I will see Tony tomorrow. I'll ask him about your 72s. Let's see. Jenny says, I will rip it today. You are my enabler. Absolutely. When it comes to Bowman, you've got to rip it. Rip the Bowman. So, hey, have a great Friday. Back at it Sunday morning with a review of the Northern Illinois Card Show. No show tomorrow morning. But if you're in the Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin area, check it out. Northern Illinois Card Show in Rockford, Illinois. Yes. Shoot me that list, Herman, and I'll talk to Tony. Have a great Friday, and we'll chat again on Sunday.